easy to define. Steady living bring you peace of mind. But would you ever trip my line? Steady living, a change of lifestyle. Steady living with my body.
My name is René Featherstone, and I'm a partner in Lents, Spelt farms. We produce Spelt, Emmer, Einkorn, and Camelina, which are all very old crops. Before we made the decision to switch from wheat to Spelt on the farm, I did some research, and I'm also an agricultural writer. So when I interview scientists and researchers and marketers, I kind of get paid for that research. And back in the 1990s, when you looked at the Spelt promotion, it was very much centered on what Europe was doing, and it was the resurgence of Hildegard von Bingen, which was she was an abbess and a healer, and she used Spelt to heal people. And there started up a clinic in her name at Lake Constance, and they in turn started promoting Spelt. And this company in Michigan, Purity Foods, their brand is Vita Spelt. They picked up on that, and they promoted it as the healing grain of St. Hildegard of Bingen. The first book in America that dealt with Spelt was called Wonderful Food. Came out in 1989. Then we had the Spelt Cookbook that came out 6 years later. And then Spelt Healthy, that was published in 2006. And by then, the American health food market was not following Europe's example anymore, but was kind of developing on its own. Spelt was promoted for better digestibility, for better taste. Marcia Cosentino, who published this book in 2006, she called Spelt the fine wine of flowers. Which was good for a Spelt producer to have someone come and do that. Anyway, I went back to Europe this February, and I wanted to see how has Europe developed these themes of heirloom grains and oilseed. And I started out in a town called Dinkelspiel. The German word for Spelt is Dinkel. So I figured that would be an appropriate place. And there you'll find in this little town of about 10,000 people, you'll find the most famous Spelt farmer. And there's a statue for him actually. What he did is, and this is about 1,000 years ago, he had a little Spelt farm and he built a chapel. And along come these Carmelita monks. And he just gave the homestead and the chapel away to these monks. And that was the beginning of the town. You know, he carries this beautiful Spelt, around on like the town's vehicles, they have that emblem. Anyway, around Dinkelspiel we find several farmers, and as I'm talking to these guys, I'm finding out that everything is very small in terms of acres over it. 2 acre fields to 10 acre fields. A 10 acre field is large. And
It's easy to define. Steady living bring you peace of mind. But would you ever trip my line? Steady living, a change of lifestyle. Steady living with my body for a while.